All right. So, the group discussion session today, I'll just brief you with the rules. What basically happens is we'll have two sessions, two different sessions. In the first session, I'll give you one topic, although we're given two topics, but for today, I'll give you one topic, which is moderate one. Okay? With that topic, three leads will be given to you, which means that all of you, while the group discussion, you have to collectively come down to one conclusion from those three leads. कोशिश करना है, that is our ideal way, that when we do the discussion we should be ending up in one of the conclusions. That is ideal case scenario. ठीक है? कई बार people don't come down to conclusion, but you should ideally. ठीक है? And in the next session we'll have group discussion on any social issue. In this one usually only one topic is given to you and no option there, and you also don't have to come down to any conclusion. So it's okay अगर social issue वाले में सिर्फ discussion भी चल रहा है, works. But in the first one ideally you should come down to a conclusion. ठीक है? Any doubts? This discussion will go on for 10 to 15 minutes. Like 10 to 15 minutes के बीच में I'll just keep alarming you, and after that you have to quickly wrap it up. In case when you left with 5 minutes, I'll let you know. Okay? Any doubts?
I feel that there is nothing like coming at a conclusion in the GD. It's only in the GP and others only.
Well, in the first one, in the first session, that as I said, it's ideal. That's why I'm saying, it's ideal. You don't necessarily have to come down to a conclusion, but it's ideal. That's why group discussions are there in the first place. You were presented with a problem or a discussion, and then you all decide that maybe this is a factor. So that's why it's just an ideal case scenario that you should come down to a conclusion. नहीं आ रहे हो तो obviously no one will do anything. And the social issue वाला तो you don't have to come down to any conclusion. Clear? Any other doubts? No? All right.
No, ma'am.
Then should I send the topic in the chat?
Hi, you write down the topic. Meanwhile, I'll just speak it out.
Yeah.
Okay. So your topic for discussion is why to join the Indian Armed Forces, and your first lead is for inner satisfaction to have this service. Your second, here you have four leads, okay, not just three leads. And your second lead is respect after seeing army officers, that the respect that they get. Third is best environment for the family, and the fourth one is you love the disciplined life. Okay.
I feel that love the disciplined life is the reason for joining the Indian Armed Forces, because when we are disciplined in our life, I feel we are more successful in our life and can do better in our life and can also support others and help others. And if we are disciplined, we have the things to do in a better and a proper way. We'll have the good relation with the other countries also. If our country, as we can see that the UN is also or dependent on our Indian Army for the peacekeeping missions, and they consider Indian Army as one of the best armies in the world.
I have a slightly different point from this, that I am going with the point that they have a different respect after seeing army officers, because as we see there is none other job that we can have 200 or 300 salutes every day. So being compared to corporate job, the army officer job is very well disciplined and respectful.
I feel that being respected also comes from the discipline. If you are disciplined in your life and have a good way of living, then you will be respected in the society and in your family too.
I think inner satisfaction to have this service is slightly a more important point, because we say that there is a saying that even if you are a businessman or you are a gardener, it just matters if you do your job with full of heart. We see that in army that even a uniform wearing hair cutter or a barber does his job very skillfully or very from his heart and soul, because he is in the service and he knows that in this service we have to do our job, what we have been assigned to, with full of our efforts.
I would like to go with Abhin. I personally believe that if you are not you are not satisfied with your job, you cannot do anything good in your field. If you are totally satisfied, if you have inner satisfaction, you will always do good in your field, in your job, like that. So I would go with Abhinav.
Yeah,
I feel
because
I
that being
to
personally believe that
justify
disciplined
inner
my
is
point,
more
satisfaction is
because
important
never.
in our
I
daily
think
life.
I
Because
think
when
I've
you are
heard
disciplined, I feel that the Indian army,
Yeah, I agree with Mohit that the point given by him that inner satisfaction is more important because any job we do with our inner satisfaction and our belief, we can do better than one person. So having a inner satisfaction can create more opportunities and lead you to a disciplined life in place of that.
I
because
feel that
when
the Indian army
there
is the
was a
only field
yeah.
where a person is teach to be in a disciplined manner, and the discipline tells the person itself that you have to go in this way, and that respect, that lifestyle which comes after being disciplined in a life, that's slightly more different from other fields. Because I don't feel that the other services like civil services are
I
more
would
disciplined
respectfully
than this.
disagree with Disha, because if you say that army is the only disciplined place, there would be no respect for the mentors who prepare us to join that force. So
I'm
if
not
there
saying
is no
army is the only
discipline,
place, but army is a more discipline because it teaches you to be in the discipline other than the
because
other services
without
like
this,
civil services.
so that is a different thing, that without discipline the army can't function, because the jobs it is assigned.
If you are not
So
satisfied
I
in
think
that
inner
work, if you are
so
not
I think
Even
inner
if I
satisfied,
talk
satisfaction.
doing
about
that
the
work,
normal
that
life, the person is more respected who is disciplined and knows how to work, when to work, and they knows the importance of the timing and they manage the timings well that they have to do this work at this time. So discipline, that's what matters in our life the most.
friends, if you are
I
not
think
satisfied in your
I
job,
have
you
heard
get
of
burned out.
discipline in
All
general.
the respect,
I think I have heard.
all the passions will go in vain.
I think I have
I have
heard
also
Lieutenant
slightly
General
different
AR
point from
sir
the lead
when
given
he
to us
told
that
that
the first
he
and
left.
additional payment given to a officer is more than a corporate job. So having a job in Indian Armed Forces is better than having them in corporate one.
I think that I heard Lieutenant General AR sir when he told that he left IIT Chennai by clearing JE in 19th rank and he joined NDA. And the reason he gave that any profession can give you a job, but army gives you a life. So that is the
So that's
satisfaction he was
what we are
talking with.
talking about now. The satisfaction comes with the discipline because discipline, that's what matters. Because if
The
we are waking
institutions
up at
gives you
the 4 a.m.,
satisfaction. The discipline doesn't
if
give you satisfaction. The
then
institution in
joining
itself,
NDA was
Yeah,
the
which has
same.
various qualities, it's not only the discipline.
doing the same job after retirement, but he is losing
I
financially.
partially agree with the Avinash because the yes, I totally agree with the Ritik here. The discipline, that's what makes us. That every day we are waking up the 4 a.m. It makes us strong mentally, strong physically. Because this is the thing that discipline. That's what matters. And Indian Armed Forces, a person joins for that. Inner satisfaction is one point, but I feel that discipline makes that the inner satisfaction also. Because when you are doing the same things every day.
If you are satisfied in the things, then you will be disciplined only. Friends, if you are satisfied internally, then only you are disciplined.
And
If we
even if I
consider the
talk
point
about
that
the armed
having
forces, na,
respect that officers get, as we see many previous awardees like Captain Vikram Batra, Manoj Pandey, many of us take them as a motivation to join armed forces. So the respect given to them is very much greater than having a disciplined life.
the respect
Yeah,
is also given to
yeah.
the police officers and the civil
I will,
servants also. I don't think the
no,
respect
no,
is only given to the armed forces only.
no. In
The
in
respect
the
is given to
basic
other
civil world,
officers also.
in the basic
In
civil
the
world, the
basic civil
respect
work,
You
the
can
as
one
you
who
get
is
compared
the
to
respect
army
rich can
officers
also
is
get that
any
much of
very
any
far
respect
from
in
the
the
respect given
society.
to Indian police, because people are not
Every
generally
person
comfortable with it.
Every person who
from
is
my
in
point of
uniform,
view,
whether it's the armed
when
forces or the police forces or the civil service, they always get the respect that so many people are preparing for it. So I feel
They
the
don't get.
discipline
I
that
would slightly disagree with Disha because I have seen people when they see any police officer, they ran from there. With instead of becoming comfortable that he is police officer, they ran from their
but
place.
but in my life I've seen
If
that
we
even
consider
I
the present
respect police
scenario,
officers,
if we
the
consider
uniform they
a
wear.
army officer and a police officer,
armed forces
both of them
has
don't get a
different
equal
accept
respect which they should
of
get.
people
So
and
army
personnel.
officer get a slightly
Even for
more
studies
respect
also,
than a
There is
police
a
because
officer.
difference.
to
There is a
getting
difference.
a free and happy life of a
and
person.
and and
If a
I think the
person
difference
get
is basically
disaster,
that because
they get a
the army
even
officers
a
are
heavy
doing
accident
their
in
job very
in earthquake
satisfactorily
and
because in
uh,
their uniform
eruption,
they are feeling the
wildfire,
satisfaction of their
some
doing
of the
job,
disaster.
and they are even ready to pay off their lives for that
Yeah,
uniform.
Yeah,
So
exactly. If you
let's
Also,
are
say
if
not
we consider
satisfied with your job,
nowadays,
you will get
if
burned
there's
out.
any condition which is uncontrollable by any police or any government, they deploy armed forces so that they can control that situation very well.
yes. Armed forces are made made itself from a different sources like NDS, CDS, and IMA. These all sources made a person made those candidates uh, a person who do anything in different except a very good manner. In a
If I personally talk about myself, I love the discipline the most because I wake up at the 4 a.m. in the morning and go for the running because this gives me a thrills to do better in my life, and that's what armed personnel wants in his life, that they can give their best to the army and to their nation and to serve the nation, to protect the people of the country, to have that they will also gain that respect. We talk about the respect, the discipline life. The when you know that what you are doing and when you are doing and how you are doing, you will definitely get the respect in the society. If you ever talk about the only not only about the armed forces but the police officers or the civil servants in the society.
If you consider the scenario of an individual who is in the public, he can notice more respect given to army officer than the disciplined life they live. So having that respect is more worthful than having a disciplined life.
The discipline life makes you that much of capable that you can gain respect in the society, because if you are the not having the proper planning of your day and you're going just like this, you will not get that much respect, because I've seen many people in my life, in it might talk about father or personally, that he is from the army background, so he was very disciplined. The respect which he gained from the society just only because of that discipline which he learned in the armed forces, that's something different from the other fields.
the discipline is the far more part. The first the thing starts from you, and if you are not inner satisfied by doing what you are doing, and you are doing just for the sake of doing
Inner
it, it's not meant
inner
to do that.
satisfaction will only comes when you try to do something. If you feel
Yeah,
like that no,
discipline
I
will
don't
do
have interest
nothing
in
if
it,
you are
then
not
how
satisfied
can
in
you
the
have the
field.
inner satisfaction in it? Firstly, you have to find your interest, and then you have to work upon it, try something new, then only you can find out that you are having a inner satisfaction in these things or not, or in the field you are doing that work.
We gain
but
inner
on my
satisfaction
point
when we
of view,
have some
that the
goal and achieve
discipline
it with our
plays a
hard
vital
work
role in
and
different ways.
dedication. So
Like a
inner
Hard work
satisfaction is
and
more
farmer
important
dedication
than
work
the
and
disciplined
corporate
life.
job.
Hard work and dedication works only when you are disciplined, because you have to make a
But
routine that you have to study this much of hours in a day so that you can clear any exam or can go for the any other things, can cross all the stages of that exam. So discipline is what more
but the
important.
when this discipline and hard working meets to a person, then
Hard work and smart
that
work only
that
works when
equals
you
to a
are
work.
consistent to it and you are
The person
disciplined to
can
that thing.
do his work and work as a better manner. For example, if a person who in actually if a person is like a armed forces, he does a very started there. He is well trained, and afterwards, after training, he went to a different service. He goes to a different services like NIA and other IB sectors. After these sectors, they all the work jobs they perform a better manner. They all the secret operations they can do in a better manner. These are all things are done only by uh, the thing discipline, hard working, dedication, and some of the things that is the intelligence, mental strength. These all things meet in a they do a lot of stress and with the training, mental training.
And I feel if the armed forces is only about the respect, then they'll not focus on the discipline because the army personnel, army officers, and the army trainers also know that discipline can make you capable of gaining that respect in
But
the society.
you can make anyone disciplined by forcefully, and he will he be satisfied internally? No. The answer is no.
The armed personnel or the forces is not
Will he
taking
be
the
honest?
personal.
Will he be honest towards his duties? No. So discipline doesn't come from within, but yeah, internal satisfaction is must.
Before living a disciplined life, we
Yes,
should
I
have
agree
a
with the
goal
Mohit
that is
and
achieved by us, and then only we can
internal.
have a disciplined life and also work upon it. So having inner satisfaction is more important than having a disciplined life.
If I talk about that, if you have joined the Indian Armed Forces for the respect, and if they are telling you to be in the discipline, and if you don't like that, then how you say that you are having the inner satisfaction for that field if you are not getting into that things which they want from you?
If you have opted for any service, you would have to be
If a
ready for
person
the discipline that they are going
is
to
hunger
put
for the
it
respect and
through.
all the gold medals
So
and
that's what
discipline,
I'm saying,
then
Aniva,
how
Vinay.
a person can
Discipline
work?
will make you capable of that gaining that
How can a
respect in
person
the
work in an IA and IB
It's
sector?
not about the respect, guy. It's all about job done, doing the job done. Who goes to
here
gain
the
the
number of
respect?
Yes, sir.
We have not
I
come
am
to
agree.
gain the
I am agree
respect.
with
We
the
have
Abhinav
come
sir
to
that
just
if
get
a
the job
person came
assigned
here
and get the
about
job
all
just
done.
about
get
the work satisfaction.
just doing your job is not the thing in the world. No, you have if you are saying the inner satisfaction that comes when you
I
indulge
told,
yourself in it.
I give you one example. I was harding a podcast of a nine parasol soldier. He told us we don't care about the outside world. We just do our work. We don't care about what the outer world thinks about us. We
That's
just go
what the
inside,
discipline says.
do
Na?
our
These
job,
words
That's
and come outside
yes,
and
yes.
said
just
by
relax. And
Major
that is the
Having a
inner
point.
Shekar.
satisfaction.
I think
I'm
And
having
that
a
is
point
the
here.
inner satisfaction.
I'm having a point here. That's what the discipline is. Now that you don't bother about the world, you have to do your work according to what you want and when you want.
No, you are talking about the respect. No, they don't care about the respect. They don't care what
I'm
the
not.
world thinks about that. They
I'm not
don't.
talking about respect. I'm saying that the discipline
No,
makes you
you are
capable of
talking
doing
about the
anything
respect.
and gain the respect.
If you want to get the respect, you should be disciplined. Should be disciplined. They are disciplined because in the job, the institution like army, if you are not disciplined, how would you do the work? You have to safeguard the
So that
borders. You have to eliminate the
so this is
intruders.
what I talk. So this is what a topic that the discipline makes you a person to join the Indian Armed Forces.
Okay, okay, everyone. Now I'll just stop you. Given that the agreement is not coming, and also the discussion is not healthy anymore, I will stop you for a moment. We'll talk about the feedback of this session in a while. Take 1 or 2 minutes. Take it. 1 or 2 minutes. Take your break. Keep your videos off if possible. If you want to, it's okay. After 1 or 2 minutes, we're coming to another session. Okay? 1 or 2 minutes. All right. You may keep your videos off. It's absolutely fine. Arun Jyoti, you just joined. Hi.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, ma'am?
I'm great. I'm great. See, our first session is over, but we have one more session to go. Okay? So you may participate in that one.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah, it'll be on a social issue.
So I feel if we get our feedbacks right now, it will be better for us.
अच्छा okay, you want it? ठीक है चलो. All right. हाँ Mohit, have a water break if you want to just munch something quickly. You can do that. Uh, Briefly मैं अभी बता देती हूँ. इस वाले में healthy discussion was not coming. I would say, Disha, you were trying your level best. I appreciate you for that because I think you were one by one. I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. Mohit, can you please mute yourself? Little disturbance is coming.
Yes, yes. Sorry, ma'am.
It's okay. It's okay. So see, I think the only person with correctly backing their statement was Disha here. Rest of you were making good claims, great, but you were not backing it. Now that's why I would say that she was doing her job nicely. Along with her, Yuvraj was participating nicely. Everyone was participating pehle to, but I'm here claiming how well you back up your statements, right? Tisha was doing it in the best way. Abhinav, one very good feedback for you is you need to stay a little more calm when you're in GD. And I know a lot of time it can get frustrating. It can get very frustrating. But you cannot, and you should not reflect that frustration in your arguments. And I could clearly see that frustration in you today. So for the next session, I would say I will go deep into it, into your feedback if you want me to. But for now, just control the frustration a little bit, ठीक है? And see, inner satisfaction, अगर मैं आपके points claim करूँ ना, एक तो मैं थोड़ा सा शायद correct नहीं कर पाई इसको. ये inner satisfaction और disciplined life, ये दोनों technically एक ही lead है. तो अगर आप लोग इस आप ग्रुप्स इसी में डिवाइडेड थे, एक तरफ डिसिप्लिन और एक तरफ इनर सेटिस्फैक्शन. द ग्रुप डिस्कशन कुड हैव बीन दिस वे दैट यू कुड हैव कंबाइंड बोथ ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, राइट? आराम से
मैम
कंबाइन हो
चारों सही लग रहे थे किसमें
चारों बिल्कुल
डिस्कशन।
लगेगा. जीडी की बात ही ये होती है, और लीड्स की स्पेशली बात ये होती है कि सारे के सारे लीड्स आपको इतने करेक्ट लगेंगे दैट यू वुड बी लाइक अरे ये तो सारे के सारे सेम है, किस पे बात करें. सो दैट्स व्हाई इफ यू वांट जीडी, या इस जीडी में स्पेसिफिकली इस वाले टॉपिक में दो टॉपिक्स, दो लीड्स आप आराम से मर्ज कर सकते थे, कर देते, वो भी ठीक होता. बट बिकॉज वी वर ऐसे थोड़ा सा डिवाइडेड ना, तो वो थोड़ा अजीब हो गया था. ऑल दो पीपल वर गोइंग टूवर्ड्स इनर सेटिस्फैक्शन, हो सकता है आप उस तरफ भी चले जाते. बट वही है, एंड यू नो इनफैक्ट अगर आप इनर सेटिस्फैक्शन की तरफ जाते, यू कुड हैव टेकन दिशाज एंड डिसिप्लिन वाला पॉइंट इनसाइड इट. वही एकदम मर्ज हो जाता, आपका ग्रुप डिस्कशन एकदम सक्सेसफुल था. So for that end, common feedback is try going ahead with the group. I would say the same thing that I said yesterday. But for the second session, good part is that आपको किसी conclusion में नहीं आना है. और पता है एक बहुत कॉमन सी चीज़ है, कंक्लूजन का सोच करके ना इतना ग्रुप डिस्कशन में पार्टिसिपेट भी मत किया करो. इसीलिए मैंने कहा था आइडियल केस सिनेरियो है कि अगर आप कंक्लूड कर पाए तो बहुत बढ़िया बात है, नहीं होगा तो वो तो नहीं हुआ, कोई बात नहीं. अब सोशल इशू में क्या है, बस डिस्कशन करना है, कंक्लूजन में नहीं आना. ठीक है, कौन सा सही है कौन सा गलत है उस वो यू डोंट हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ इट, जस्ट डिस्कस अबाउट ऑल द पार्ट्स. ठीक है. एंड ऋतिक, ट्राई मेकिंग योर सेल्फ हर्ड, क्योंकि आई नो यूर ट्राइंग योर लेवल बेस्ट बिकॉज यू कीप ऑन स्पीकिंग, बट ऐसे स्ट्रॉन्ग क्लेम्स करो कि सामने वाला आपको सुने. टुडे आई कुड हियर दिशा बिकॉज शी वाज मेकिंग स्ट्रॉन्ग क्लेम्स. Today I could for some time hear Yuvraj and Abhinav as well because they were making strong claims. Mohit, I think you could have done very better today, but you could not. Maybe because you were. और पता है मैं सबसे बड़ी बात बताती हूँ, तुम लोगों के पास आज सबसे बड़ा एज ये था कि पार्टिसिपेंट्स कम थे. You had very less participants. So Nitendra and Mohit, your participation was very less, and you could have greatly participated because there is so less strength. I have had degrees with 15, 16 people, and still most of them still try their level best to participate. So यहाँ पे तो they're just seven of you. उस वक्त अरुण ज्योति थी भी नहीं, 6 of you, right? So make use of this opportunity. All right.
Okay, ma'am.
And if we are ready, तो चलें दूसरा सेशन करें.
On the area where I need to improve myself.
Oh, Mohit. ठीक है. Great. Your area would be, I would say, yes. Even if you have a different point now, try going ahead with the group. Try merging it in some manner. अगर आप discipline की बात कर रहे थे, you were very firm with it. और मैंने वही कहा, आप you were claiming with very good statements. It's okay. Try finding a common point. अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है group is not going ahead with you. और अगर नहीं आ रहा है, तो वहाँ पे you can merge in one way or the other हो जाता है, क्योंकि leads इतनी close होती है. ठीक है. अगर मर्ज नहीं हो रहा है तो कोई ना कोई ऐसा टॉपिक होगा जिसमें पूरा ग्रुप साथ चल रहा है, तो चल पड़ो उनके साथ फिर. ठीक है. अभिनव.
मैम.
हाँ जी.
मैम,
हाँ
Ritika,
जी.
I want to try that merging the all things like discipline and job satisfaction as well, some different aspects of things that army can do. और ये सब चीजों को मैंने जोड़ने की कोशिश तो की थी.
अच्छा. हाँ ठीक है.
और
हाँ
फिर
आपने कोशिश की.
मेरा कुछ पर कुछ चीजें जैसे कि मैं नहीं बोल पाया था.
आई नो आप ट्राई कर रहे थे. मैं आपको देख रही थी. आई कुड सी यू. ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं ऑब्जर्व नहीं कर रही हूँ. इनफैक्ट मेरे लिए ऑब्जर्व करना बहुत आसान है. आई नो ऋतिक वॉज ट्राइंग हिज लेवल बेस्ट. इतना नितेंद्र नहीं कर रहा था, इतना मोहित नहीं कर रहा था, बट ऋतिक वॉज ट्राइंग हिज लेवल बेस्ट. So it's okay ऋतिक, this is how you will learn and this is how you will make yourself heard as well. और देखो हर बार ना ये merging नहीं होती है ग्रुप डिस्कशन के लीड्स में, ठीक है? ये मैं इस डिस्कशन के लिए बोल रही हूँ क्योंकि बहुत इजी टॉपिक था, बहुत कम लोग थे और दो ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर थे, और यूजुअली तीन लीड्स मिलती है, तीन चार मिलती हैं, बट ये तीन ऐसी चार ऐसी लीड्स थी कि दो आप काइंड ऑफ मर्ज कर देते ना, मैं इस ग्रुप डिस्कशन को सक्सेसफुल बता देती, तो दैट्स वाई, ठीक है? एंड अभिनव, फॉर यू, बी काम, ट्राई कंट्रोलिंग योर फ्रस्ट्रेशन व्हेन यू आर इन अ जीटी, ठीक है? क्लैशेस होंगे, बिल्कुल होंगे, होते रहेंगे। इनफैक्ट सबसे ज्यादा क्लैशेस दिशा के साथ हो रहे थे आज, बट शी वाज स्टेइंग काम, सो आई थिंक दैट वाज अ प्लस पॉइंट उधर उसका, ठीक है? तो यस, जस्ट दैट, एंड मोहित, वील टॉक अबाउट दिस लेटर पोस्ट द सेशन.
Ma'am, what to do in the situation when there is a fish market? Whether to keep giving your point or just stay silent and wait for the moment when you have to speak.
सी यूजुअली जितना मैंने सुना है और जितना मेरी खुद की रिसर्च और मेरी पढ़ाई ने मुझे आज तक बताया, द बेस्ट इज जब इतना फिश मार्केट बन जाता है ना, तो वहाँ पे इंटरप्ट कर देते हैं असेसर्स, ठीक है? फिर वो ग्रुप और फर्दर डिवाइड हो जाता है, बट एक ना एक ऐसा पॉइंट तो क्या होता है ना, जब ऐसे फिश मार्केट सिचुएशन लेट्स से आपका और डिवाइड हो गया, ठीक है, अभी भी फिश मार्केट बन रहा है, तो यू फर्स्ट हैव टू वेट फॉर अ ब्रीफ मोमेंट, ट्राई लिसनिंग टू द पॉइंट्स एंड देन मेक योर सेल्फ हर्ड. यू कैन डू इट इन अ बेटर मैनर बिकॉज यू डू इट, ठीक है? सुनो पहले, कौन से पॉइंट के साथ आप अलाइन कर सकते हो, कैच होल्ड ऑफ दैट, बिकॉज जब आप उसके साथ अग्री करोगे, दैट पर्सन विल आल्सो रियलाइज, अच्छा ये मेरे साथ अग्री कर रही है, सो लाइक या मे बी, यू नो, वी आर टेकिंग द, वी कैन मर्ज द ग्रुप टुगेदर एंड वी कैन टेक इट अहेड, सो ऑब्वियसली यू विल कम इनटू नोटिस. सो डोंट वरी, हो जाता है वो फिश मार्केट वाला भी, आई थिंक हो जाता है, और नहीं होगा तो ये प्रैक्टिस सेशन में सीख के लिए कर रहोगे. ऑलराइट, इफ यू वांट टू ड्रिंक वाटर यू कैन. मैं अगले कुछ सेकंड्स में आई एम गिविंग यू योर नेक्स्ट टॉपिक. Okay, shall we start? Ready? Everyone? A thumbs up reaction would work. ठीक है, ठीक है, perfect. Yuvraj, Abhinav, ready? Yuvraj? Ah, I think he'll be ready only. All right. So your next topic for the discussion is what should be considered for promotion in jobs. Okay, what should be considered in for promotion in jobs? Number one, seniority, which means experience. Number two, merit and performance. Number three, decision should lay over the promoting panel. ठीक है, take 1 minute. I quickly type it down. अच्छा, you may begin. You may begin अगर सुन लिया तो.
I feel that the merit and the performance what makes a person to get promoted in any field because you have worked upon yourself and you know how you have work hard upon it and do that smart work or any type of work which you do to improve yourself. So merit and the production of your ability and the making of your ability strong in that field. That's what should make you to get promoted to the higher positions in any field.
I also believe that the performance of the promotion job is should be considered on the basis of merit and their performance, profession as well, because they have worked hard for their promotion. So I think giving more preference to them will be the better option for me.
I think a ratio-based thing will be work out here. Some percent of senior people can be promoted to the higher level, and some ratio of employees who are doing good in their job and have scored good marks in their merit should be promoted to the higher level, because the merit by the merit you will only have the theoretical knowledge, but if you are the senior most people in that particular office, you will have the basic you will have the basic knowledge about the work and all the work profile. So Yeah.
I
I
think
also
Sometimes
agree
it
with
I
is
think
Mohit
not
that
like
marriage.
I
seniority
will
based
go on
promotion
a
is
this.
well should be promoted because seniority has a more experience and well knowledge about the profession. So having seniority and promotion should be given to them.
I
sometimes it
think
is more like that a person who is senior does not have that much of experience than the junior has, because the junior who is having the merits and that capability knows the work very well, and he's having more experience in that work because
Yeah,
he has do it
he will only have the
honestly.
theoretical knowledge. He will only have the theoretical knowledge. He will not have he will not be
Not
having the
only
practical
theoretical
knowledge.
knowledge, because sometimes
I
the
will go
senior
on
ones
a
don't
this
know
one
Yeah,
should
their
on a
because
work
balance
I'm
well
already working
better.
in a
because
I'm already working in an
I
on
think with
organization. I
I
have
think
seen
understand
with
people
marriage.
with high merit and
I
when a
they do not
person
have the basic knowledge
when a
about the
person take a
work
decision
profile.
on some points, it should be the decision decides whatever the results, not the merit and the performance. It always a decision should be in a right manner, so that the if the company is in the loss or to make up how to make a profit, so that
I
I
think
will go on a
with
decision should
marriage,
be on a panel.
I think with marriage, experience also matters because I today watched a movie, Lux, in which Subedar Major Saab suggested an army lieutenant who was going for a mission that keep an eye on them, on those Pakistani. They come back after some time. So how did he know that? He knew that because of experience. And after the mission,
Yeah,
the
I agree
lieutenant
with
wait
Abhinav
for
that
some time
both merit and
and
seniority
they
should
come
be
after
taken
same
into
time.
consideration because
So the
merit and
experience
seniority they
work.
have both experience and knowledge of gaining that promotion also, and they can work for the betterment of the company and bring them more profits than earlier.
I
I
think the
feel that
statement.
having
I
merits make you to be the experienced one, and gaining the experience to help you to gain up the merits in your life and the ability to increase that ability. So I feel that both are in a parallel things. But when you having the merits and having the that capability to do, you will do your work very well and gain experience in that field, and will go further and get promoted to the higher seats.
I think merit and experience are two sides of a coin, and they come along with the same thing. If we take example of the family of the Tata, they have also have experience, but they also work on the merit, and though they are very successful also. So we should consider that without considering just taking one aspect of that and not only considering merit, because merit comes, if you consider experience and merit comes very economically. If we, because the experience is costly, because if find something, if you are only merit, based on merit, you are
If we consider
very easily
nowadays the
available.
companies for
But
giving job before giving jobs, they consider the experience and take the biodata of the
yeah,
candidate, how much experience he has and how much companies he has worked in. So seniority is a more preferred way to give promotion to any individual.
yeah,
I
and I
also
also
believe
think that for
that
any important job, only merit can't be the criteria to assign any person the job, because experience shows that he person has some worst of that job, and he will do he will have a plan B if the any situation or any consequences occur while doing so.
friends, as the
I think
topic
Companies
is
not only
consider
take you
for
on your
promotion and
merit
job,
or the experience, because when they ask you
friends,
for the
as the
that
topic is
post, they
considered for
always ask you
promotion.
for the both the things, experience and the merits both. Because if you not having merits, then experience is of nothing, and if you are not having experience, then I don't feel that merit is of
Yeah,
anything.
I totally agree
So
with Disha.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. But yeah,
because in
If we
but
any
consider
company, if you
nowadays
went for a
But in
job,
of
they
the
will
placement
ask
of
for
starting,
your
many
resume.
candidates
when a
after the
person
colleges
having
are
all
taken
things
by
like merit,
considering their
performance,
certificates
but
and companies they have
but
applied for, by checking their coding knowledge and also many other fields, they consider them for taking in any company or just giving them some kind of placement.
yeah,
As if
because
we
if
talk
we take
about in any
examples
field,
of the real life, if we take examples of real life in general local tuitions, they can point you on the basis of your merit. But if we talk about business tycoons or education institutions like PW and an academy, your only merit can't be the basis of your assignment or your joining. Your
Friends, as
experience
we
should.
got the topic that the topic is considered for promotion in job, and the leads which we have given is seniority and experience and merit and performance. So I believe that merit plus performance is also matters, so that if a person who is very much they have done good in the performance, they can be get the promotion in their job, because he has done his well in the performance, so only he's getting promotion. It's not that ki those who have got the merit only they can't be promoted.
Because to gain experience, you
That
have
is
to go
the
into
right
some
decision.
field, and to going into that field, you have to have that capability of going into that field. So when you have that, firstly, you have to become capable of that thing first, and then you have to do that thing. Then only you can gain experience in that field.
If we
No,
consider
but
both
there are some
seniority and
people
merit,
they
there are
get the experience
different
without having
criteria and
any
different
merit.
job profiles. Like in like the point given by Abhinav, that in educational institutes they consider the experience of the teacher and not the merit base. So these terms are different for different kinds of streams. Like in IT individual, they consider your merit and both experience. So having seniority is also a great point to be considered.
Yeah, but the
Yeah, I agree with you,
decision
Ram.
of promoting committee is also important. The senior most people can be promoted by the decision of promoting committee, because they know very well if the senior person is capable of doing his duty or not. So the decision of
I think because if we consider the panel also, the decision
yeah.
of the panel itself is a complexity of experience as well as merit, because they are having a chair and a position that they have to appoint a person. So I think any person having on that chair, having merit as well as experience, would not assign any person on the basis of only experience or only merit. But the choice, if there is a choice to be made, I think they would choose the merit, because experience doesn't gives you the work done. Merit will give you the work done.
So
Business
that's
should on
we
a
are
panel. It
discussing
comes
here
when a
that the merit and the capability will make you to gain experience
performance
in that
when we
field.
are working from uh, experiences. After that, a merit person who did their work from year for years, like 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. After that, a decision taking power came into the person. How should he take a decision on that particular cases to 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 profit the company or lost the company? It should be the decision. Decision is the main and final role play in a particular person. How if it doesn't matter if he is a person is experienced or a merit. All thing are all about a decision. Decision
As
make the things that if a company or anything in armed
As if
forces
I
as
talk
well as in
about the
different
world
sectors,
here, as if I
it
talk
also
about the world here, we can
decision
see
is
in
the
the
all
cricket
things.
world also that a good player who knows how to do batting or the bowling in the correct way and in the right manner, when to hit ball at
For
what speed
example,
and where.
MS Dhoni,
So they,
who always
yes,
take a good decision, and so that he has all things like a Champions Trophy, World Cup, World Cup, and two World Cup like 2007 T20 World Cup and 2011 World Cup. All things
And
having
if we consider of
it
any
depends
successful
upon the
bowler,
decision,
he never tells that he was born natural
and
or he
he
has
is
the
not
merit to do
experienced
so.
too much like a
He
Kapil
has
Dev
practiced
and
so more
all.
that his experience has taught him what he's doing perfectly
But
today.
he is
So we
normally
should continue
32
consider
age
that
as
year group
while
I
doing
agree
any
with
and
job.
not
Bhuvik here, as
experienced.
we can see that the MS Dhoni, if you're talking about him here, that he has work upon his skills and get to through a lot of many things, problems in his life to be at that place. Because we have seen many others wicket keepers also, they don't have that much of ability or analyzing the fields behind the stumps, but MS Dhoni has, because he has worked upon himself. He has grow again that his capabilities in that field of cricket, wicket keeping, and batting, because it has done things in a proper manner. He has analyzes the things, and that makes him experienced one other than the others who are in the field from the previous years than him.
He
If we
did he
consider
did
the
it
point of
all things. He
seniority,
did it all
the senior
struggles
individual
for
has
years,
gained merit and
and
both
so that he
experience
gained
by
all the
working
things.
only. So having
And
seniority is more
so
considered
so
as they have
it is
gained merit by
it
working
is
in an company and also have experience to work upon.
If
Friends,
you are
while
I
promoting
think
a person,
experience comes along
while
with some kind of merit, so we should not deny with that. We
Abhinav,
should
I
also
think
consider
while
that.
promoting a person on
experience
annual
comes
progress,
through a struggle in your life which you are facing day by day, from morning to evening, night, and after a day, when you are struggling in your work and then to the company, and these things these things are level high to up above the merit thing. And
so that's
And
I
what I
think,
also,
feel that
if
I
both
we
are the
think,
same.
if
I
we see
think,
any
I think,
newbie in any IT company or any educational institute, he takes some advice or any suggestion from any senior person only because he needs experience that he wants to serve in that company or do well for them.
guys, I
So
think
that's
while
what I'm
promoting
saying
a
here that
person
if
on
we
both
a
take an
the
senior
things
position,
example
come together.
if we
annual
take an
If you are
annual
example
progress should be
experienced,
considered. While
if you are
promoting a person on
experienced,
the
you will have
seniority
the
basis,
merit.
annual progress
I
report should be
think if there
considered.
is, yeah, I think if there is any
if there is a
consideration
merit
about
and
the promotion in jobs,
experience.
the experience will beat the merit
I feel
As we
both
know
the
because
things
that
went
we know
together
that
because when you will have experience, then you can gain merits. Because when you have merit, then you can gain experience. So both the slides come together.
as we
Just
know that the
If
efficiency.
hello, if
yes.
experience and merit are valuable, then how PM Modi be now PM? Why should not Lal Krishna Advani? It should be
Okay,
a
just
PM.
participating in the discussion, which is a very great point. Personally, I agree to mostly all of the points. And if I have to just give my opinion on this, I personally realize that I think that for many jobs, somewhere we need the experience and somewhere we need the merit. It's extremely important because where the experience is, see, with experience also comes a lot of responsibilities and a lot of superiority and seniority. So then they would think, okay, a lot of times this thing of being senior and having more experience can get onto someone's head, which ultimately makes them take wrong decisions. But also at some areas, just as a perfectly example quoted by Abhinav, that when a Subedar major is giving a suggestion to a lieutenant, that is very much required. Their experience is going to require, not just the just early merit training as an officer. At the same time, merit in many, someone quoted the IT example, I believe Yuvraj, very perfectly mentioned. In such sectors, IT or all of these sectors, it's very important that we are skillful enough to beat and to perform there. A lot of times seniority and experience won't work there because you might have not done it. If you're not technologically savvy, just take an example of being a teacher. If a teacher has, let's say, 12 years of 13, 14, 18 years of experience in a school, and now that we're shifting towards the IT and more usage of smart boards and all of technologically savvy technologies that we're moving towards that, a young teacher would still have a much better access on technology more than the sometimes this could happen more than the senior teacher, talking out of personal experience. So yes, I believe both of these leads are very important. Sometimes we need the seniority, sometimes we need the skills and merits and performance. If we have any further arguments, please move ahead and then we'll just wrap it up. No
I
arguments.
also consider the seniority as if we consider the situation of SSB also, many of us take coachings from many academies because we want experience of the SSB and go through the selection process so that we can achieve the success and serve the nation.
As the
But it
efficiency
does
and
not
talent
happen
are
every time.
awarded
Na?
in
Even if
every
I talk
sector.
about myself, I am a repeater candidate. This 3rd of July to 7th July, I went on the SSG, but I got conference out. I also do the coaching, but that doesn't help me because you have to have that capability in yourself also so that the officers can see that you are capable of joining the forces right now or not.
Absolutely.
If we see
Absolutely.
but you
nowadays
also
in the
get
present
experience na,
society,
but you also
everybody
got
doesn't
experience
have the
and your
qualities to
experience
become
will
an
matter,
officer. So
so the
And
having
experience
many
going
matters.
through
candidates
the
We should
and many
accept that.
candidates are there who do not go to the coaching and still they get recommended. They don't get any experience about it, but they still get. They have that merit and
It's
capability
about the
in
skills.
themselves. That
Yeah, true.
if you consider the present situation, most of them opt for the coaching institutes and either on the offline way or online, but they opt for that.
See,
I
coaching
think blaming
is a
any
bluff. Coaching
I
is a bluff.
think blaming any coaching institute for
Exactly.
just not recommending is very not good thing, because it's also depends on what they said and if you applied that very soulfully or not.
It
So
only
Yeah,
depends
it
on
I'll
also
what
give
they
you
depends
a
on
said.
direction,
the point
honestly.
of view that officers noted. So it is all. It also depends on the GT officers and all officers present there, that how do they notice you, and not on the coaching institute, that how they taught you or not.
In the SSB, I feel it's only depend on yourself how you portray yourself in those 5 days. Because the more you have learned in the past, if I even talk about my psych was very good, but that day I was very mentally tired, but my psych went wrong. So it depends on that situation and day also, that
Yeah.
what you are doing at the time.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. The discussion is moving towards SSB. That's not the topic, and I believe we have done enough discussion. So let's wrap it here now. Yeah. Everyone in for that? Okay. I like this
Okay.
discussion more, honestly. I'll just quickly give few feedbacks. Okay. After that, we'll end the session. Um, Abhinav and Yuvraj, you people, I think, began with merging the points, merging the leads in this topic. Great job. I personally liked it. In such topics like social issues के ऊपर, when we don't have to come to a conclusion, I think merging would be the best idea. पहले वाले में तो मैंने आइडिया दे दिया था, but usually merge होता नहीं है, but this में you can merge, ठीक है? So good job with it. Abhinav, I really liked your example of the movie. That was a good one. Um, yes, Abhinav, you were making good points, but you know, your pace of speaking in GD is थोड़ा सा slow. अब उससे क्या होगा ना, समवन कैन कट यू इन बिटवीन वेरी क्विकली. यहाँ पे पीपल आर नॉट डूइंग दैट, एंड दिस इज द सेम फीडबैक फॉर ऋतिक एज वेल. यू विच इज अ गुड थिंग. यूजुअली स्लो पेस में बात करना इज अ गुड कम्युनिकेशन, बट जीडी में आई थिंक यू शुड बी अ लिटिल क्विक in your points, because then someone will cut you in between. There is a possibility someone will cut you in between. इस
I
मामले
think,
में
ma'am, I'm having network problems, so I thought if I would be fast,
probably
there would be glitch. Oh.
Probably. हो सकता है. But in this scenario, Yuvraj's communication I really liked. I think Yuvraj, you have a great communication and also great pace of speaking. So if anyone wants to just have an idea on that, ना इस सेशन की रिकॉर्डिंग देखना and see him speak. I mean, उसने ज़्यादा बोला नहीं है वैसे, लेकिन जितना भी उसने बोला है, I think his pace was great, and the way he was presenting his point was also good. So Yuvraj, Mohit, great communication skills you both have. Disha and Arunjoti, in fact, all of you have great communication skills. Just give it a good direction and give it a good pace and with added points. अगर वो हो जाएगा ना तो a great combination. Ritik has left the meeting. Disha, great examples. You are also coming up with great examples. Like I could really connect with them. Mohit and Arunjoti, very great communication, but please participate more. I'd love to listen to both of you. और मैंने वो सुना नहीं था. मोहित का पार्टिसिपेशन कल फिर भी थोड़ा ज़्यादा था, आज उतना नहीं रहा. अरुण ज्योति ऑल्सो पार्टिसिपेटेड yesterday बहुत ज़्यादा. आई एम कमिंग युवराज, आई एम कमिंग टू यू. अरुण ज्योति ऑल्सो पार्टिसिपेटेड बहुत ज़्यादा, बट yesterday, but not today. So I would just suggest
I
participate
I
more.
want to give a feedback for Disha, that
हाँ.
not only you should have to go with your lead only. You should try to merge the points of others too. That,
Yes.
like Abhinav was also giving the point, like supporting the what I forget, yeah, what the topic was. Yeah, the seniority one. So Disha should try to merge both topics. That would be very beneficial for her.
आई एग्री, आई एग्री. दिस इज अ ग्रेट फीडबैक. ये मैं आने वाली थी इस पे, बट गुड, वेरी गुड पॉइंट ऑफ दैट. दिशा, कंसिडर दिस, ठीक है, क्योंकि भाई यू हैव ग्रेट कम्युनिकेशन, यू हैव ग्रेट कमांड, यू हैव ग्रेट एग्जांपल्स, बट वही है, ग्रुप को साथ लेके चलना है इसमें, ठीक है. मर्ज करो पॉइंट्स, वो अभिनव और युवराज ने करा था स्टार्टिंग में, वही आप भी करो, ठीक है. दैट विल बी अ ग्रेट ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी. सो एंड मोहित एंड अरुण ज्योति, आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग यू टू पार्टिसिपेट मोर फ्रॉम नेक्स्ट टाइम. ओके.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Perfect, perfect. So any other feedback before I stop the recording?
Like in this last GD which we were discussing, I wanted to give the example of Ansel ma'am, that she is conducting the session and also giving us feedback. So she is senior most and she has more experience than us. That's why we are having her feedbacks and considering that.
That would be
But
a
we
taunt.
can't give.
That would be a taunt.
Okay, okay, we're not getting into that now. I'll stop the recording. Wait, huh?